Selamat datang guys. Selamat datang. Halo Yudi Prasetya, selamat datang. Hari ini kita live wild rift lagi seperti biasa. Kita kejar master ya, udah diamond 3 bintang 5 guys. Mudah-mudahan bisa kejar. Oke. Nggak main Yud.
Inevitably.
Rakan. Ya guys.
In carnage, I bloom like a flower in the
Kalau
dawn.
sempat pusing banget. Oh, mati ya. Emang lagi ini sih baru-baru reset season kan, jadi pasti dapatnya banyak yang nggak benar. Ya.
You are on the mirrored side of the map. The lanes are swapped. Welcome to Wild Rift. Minions have spawned.
Our performance begins.
Wajib pegang.
I feel inspired. What sweet sadness is killing? The work is what matters. I have elaborate plans for you. My audience awaits.
Pingnya agak nge-lag ya.
Art is
Lagi dapat
worth
ping
the
apa ini? Vietnam ya? Kalau segini tuh.
pain. They call me mad. All artists are mad. 1, 2. You inspire me. 4. Watch my puppets dance. 4.
On my way. Enemy slain. Enemy double kill.
Oh, Volibear loh
Enemy
nih.
triple kill.
They call me
Enemy
mad.
killing spree.
All artists are mad. Smile. Everyone is watching. 2. 4. My audience awaits. 3. 4.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy double kill. Ally slain.
Ide buruk.
I cannot be good. I must be perfection. What sweet sadness is killing? I feel inspired.
Enemy rampage.
The work is what matters. 2. 3.
Bottom turret is under attack.
4. Watch my puppets dance. My audience.
Bottom turret is under attack. Ally slain.
Rame banget.
They call me mad. All artists
Enemy
are mad.
slain. Double kill. Enemy is unstoppable. Bottom turret is under attack. You have been slain. Killing spree.
What sweet sadness
Bottom
is
turret is
killing?
under attack. Engage.
The work is what matters.
Enemy slain. Enemy is dominating. Double kill. Shut down. Middle turret is under attack.
I cannot be good. I must be perfection.
Rampage.
The work is what matters.
First turret destroyed.
My audience awaits. One. That delightful
Pulang dulu guys,
moment
sepatu.
before the
Bottom
curtain
turret
goes
is
up.
under attack.
The Enchanted Ensemble and Ocean Dragon have spawned.
I cannot
Turret
be
lost.
good. I must be perfection.
The enemy team has slain.
Dia
the dragon.
remaja masjid.
Bottom turret is under attack. Double kill.
They call me mad. All
Rampage.
artists are mad.
Perfect!
I
Bottom
find
turret is under attack.
three.
Turret lost.
Halo Raffi.
Unstoppable.
Watch my puppets dance.
Enemy turret destroyed. Ally slain.
Your
Middle
team
turret is
has
under
slain
attack.
the Enchanted Ensemble.
The work is what matters.
Ya.
Art shall blossom from your fingers.
Kenapa?
Enchanted Ensemble has been summoned to the bottom.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Aku dikejar begal anjir.
Enemy
Udah.
double kill.
Enggak.
Ally slain.
Apa ya?
Turret lost.
I cannot be good. I must be perfection.
Dominating. Shut down.
Biasa. Itu pasti apapun itu yang kena aku deh. Apa kan kamu? Kan kamu nggak tahu bakalan ke sana.
Enemy double kill. Shut down.
That is what I
Enemy
want to see.
slain. Ally slain. Enemy slain. Ally slain.
Ya.
Enemy double kill. You have been slain.
Oh iya, kasih malah yang gini ya. Ribet.
Enemy
Wah.
slain.
They call me mad. All artists are mad.
Obatnya efeknya tahan berapa lah?
One.
Killing spree. slain.
Keren juga obatnya.
The work is what matters.
Biar enggak.
Smiles, everyone. Smiles.
Middle turret is under attack. Enemy slain.
Iya.
1, 2. Will be poetry. My audience awaits.
Ya apa?
Inspired.
Mana?
Ally slain. Enemy double kill. Double kill. Enemy double kill.
Belum pernah.
Kill. You have been slain. Unstoppable.
Duo.
Shut down. Ace.
Oh, yang itu.
Slain the dragon.
Aku pikir yang ini. Ya aku pernah itu, aku pernah. Ada apa aja sih, aku agak lupa. Aku harus.
Never know what hit.
Hah?
My audience awaits.
Yang enak itu bolognese sama aglio olio itu. Carbonara terlalu creamy banget ya.
They call me mad. Our faces are mad. I feel inspired. Prepare for the finale. The work
Enemy
is
slain.
what matters.
Mau bentar masaknya. Mau bentar masaknya.
Slain Baron Nashor.
Oh,
You will be poetry.
ya nggak apa.
Watch my
Lagian juga
dance.
gak ada yang ngajakin aku ngobrol juga di live chat. Banyak ini turnamen, ada LOL, ada MPL.
Slain. Dominating. Enemy slain. Turret lost. Double kill. Double kill. Triple kill.
Gila, bahkan di in-game-nya pada benci banget anjir, semua skill dikeluarin ke aku semua anjir. Sampai rata, mereka nggak peduli anjir. Astaga, ada apa ini?
Enemy turret destroyed.
The work is what matters.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Art is worth the pain.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Dia itu nggak tahu ya,
What sweet
player itu ya.
My audience awaits.
Itu ada yang ini juga lagi memuja-muja dia itu.
Watch my puppets dance.
Legend ya.
Victory!
They'll never know what hit them.
Iya. Tapi sebenarnya ya aku masih lebih ya ini kamu sih.
Inevitably.
In carnage, I bloom like a flower in the dawn.
Aku kalau ntar mah pasti nyari apa IG dia yang kemarin terus langsung aku pakai di situ aja. Gimana masalah gak kayak buat apa dari pembukti apa kayak membuktikan ke dia tuh gak ada manfaatnya juga. Berapa? Iya. Oh. Itu mah pasti nggak bakalan dijual eceran ya. Kayak gitu.
I could do better.
Satu pun.
Let us hunt those who have fallen to darkness.
Kayak biasa. No, mak. Gawat party world lagi bang. Kemarin gua ngadain watch party world yang nonton cuma 2, males. Itu gua sama diri gua sendiri itu yang nonton. Tadi tawaran masih berlaku nggak?
Welcome to Wild Rift. I smell black magics. Minions have spawned.
Udah coba DN-nya. Coba nanti ya.
I have no time for nonsense. On wings of night. They will be purified.
I'm Yumi, and you're warm.
Ikan.
I hear the innocent
Wait.
cry.
Ayo.
Meet new
Evil
friends.
lurks around every corner.
Udah level 2 dulu.
Silver of the moon.
Udah pasti dijemput kayak itu tadi kamu. Jemput malam nanti.
I'm Yumi, and you're warm.
I hear
the innocent cry. Silver of the moon,
Meet new friend.
cleansing blood with silver. I pass judgment on wings of night.
First blood.
First blood.
You're warm.
Top turret
Evil
is under
lurks
attack.
around every corner. Cleansing blood with silver. The dark should fear me.
Meet new friend.
Finally. Ih.
I pass judgment.
Apa dikit.
Evil lurks around every corner.
Ah. Kok kamu sini?
Silver of the moon.
Gak tahu.
I release them.
Lah tadi aku habis berak.
Warm.
Udah. Astaga.
On wings of night.
Go, 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 go.
They will be killed.
Enemy slain.
Yeah.
I hear the innocent cry out. Cleansing blood with
Meet
silver.
new friend.
The dark should fear me. I pass judgment.
Kayak hijau. Jukut aja jukut.
I hear the innocent cry out.
I'm Yumi, and you're warm.
I release them from their pain.
Meet new friend. We got the zoomies.
Silver of the moon.
Untung aku masih nyimpen itu. Oh, itu kan dikasih kerupuknya 4 kan sama tukang nasi goreng.
Ally slain.
Iya. Simpen aja.
On wings of night.
Tadi udah aku iniin sih kayak tadi tuh aku
Top
pakai
turret is
air
under
gitu.
attack.
They will be
Iya
killed.
beda.
Enemy slain.
Belum ini aku.
The dark should fear me.
Middle turret is under attack.
Cleansing blood with silver.
The enchanted
Evil lurks
ensemble and
around
mountain
every
dragon have spawned.
I'm Yumi, and you're warm.
I release them from their pain.
We got the zoomies.
Silver of the moon.
Enemy slain. Top turret is
Okay.
under attack. First turret destroyed. Enemy slain. Ally slain.
Evil lurks around every corner.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy double kill. You have slain an
Hampir
enemy
mati kena
ally
tower aku.
slain.
Enggak, ini dia maju. Ada temen aku 2 orang di depan.
The dark should
Enemy
fear
team
me.
has slain the enchanted
Ngapain
ensemble.
Shen? Astaga.
Enemy team
Jadi
has
kayak
slain
ada
the
apa sih,
enchanted
Angela
ensemble
gitu
in
atau apa ya
mid-lane.
kalau di ML tuh yang dia bisa teleport ke temen, nanti dia di situ gitu.
I hear the innocent.
Aku lagi balik, dia teleport ke aku aja.
I release them from their pain.
Itu banget.
Enemy team has slain the dragon.
Iya.
On wings of night.
Bottom turret is under attack.
Waduh. Mahal.
They will be
Turret
pure.
lost.
Time for reckoning.
Slain. Ally slain.
I hear the innocent cry.
You are on a killing spree.
Oh iya. Angin juga.
On wings of night. Cleansing blood with silver.
Meet new friends.
Alhamdulillah.
Top turret is under attack.
I pass judgment.
Nadanya. Iya.
Meet new friends.
Silver of the moon.
Tahuan dong kita.
I'm Yumi, and
Gua.
you're Warren.
Parah banget aku ngepranknya aja.
Evil lurks around every
We got the zoomies.
They will be purified. I hear the innocent cry out. I release them from their pain.
Iya, iya.
The dark
Double kill. You are
Pedas.
unstoppable.
Meet new
Padahal
friends.
yang kemarin itu sambelnya enak banget loh. Apa dia ngasih dikit ya? Biar orang beli 2.
I pass judgment.
Enemy turret destroyed. Middle turret is under attack.
I release them from their
Slain.
I am totally doing this.
Wah, ada flashnya. Kampret. Iya. Kemana banget? Ya sih. Oh serius, enak.
Top turret is under attack.
silver of the moon.
Meet new friends.
100.000. Ayo. Gede banget ayam.
Team has slain the dragon. The enemy team has slain Baron Nashor.
Yoi dong.
Impure.
Oh. Iya bisa jadi.
Enemy slain.
Ah, anjing ada robot itu.
Been slain.
Meet new friend. I'm Yumi, and you're warm. Meet new friend.
Middle turret is under attack.
I'm Yumi, and you're warm.
Ally slain. Inhibitor turret is under attack. Turret lost.
On wings of night.
Enemy
I
slain.
pass judgment.
Meet new friend.
Kita harus nge-carry nih guys, mau nggak mau nih.
Top turret is under attack.
The dark should fear me.
Yumi, and you're warm.
They will be purified.
Meet new friend.
I hear the innocent cry.
Baru sadar guys di tim gua nggak ada mage anjir.
We got the zoomies.
Aku udah mam ya.
Silver of the moon. They will be purified.
Ya.
I'm Yumi, and you're warm.
Dikit ya.
Evil lurks around
We
every
got the
corner.
zoomies.
Hehehe.
Cleansing blood.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy rampage.
Oh, gila langsung. Ini Yumi kenapa keluar mulu dah?
Enemy is unstoppable. Enemy double kill. Enemy is dominating. Top turret is under attack. Turret lost. Inhibitor turret is under attack.
Silver of the moon. I pass judgment.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Ya ampun, Rengar nggak sanggup kill Jin, emang sampah guys mereka anjir. Ah tadi bilang kenapa pick itu nanti bakalan kalah sama edisi musuh. Mana edisi musuh aku bantai anjir. Banyakan teori orang-orang tuh. Tuh. Wih. Req List gaming. Ya buset dah, dia live mulu anjir. Walaupun keadaannya udah orang bodoh. Iya.
Inevitably.
Biar demi dipuji orang anjir. Halo guys, kalau ada yang mau mabar, bilang ya guys. Nanti ketemu Req List.
In carnage, I bloom like a flower in the dawn. Salah satu tim nih. Aja. Apa ini Yumi Jungle? Untung enggak. Langsung panik aku. Lalu emedok katanya. Ya, begitulah contoh manusia tidak berpendidikan. Anjir. Roro Zoro jadi Roro Noyanto anjir. Jalan MT Haryono. Namanya Jalan MT Haryono. Jakarta Selatan anjir.
You are on the mirrored side of the map. The lanes
Ada
are
yang
spotted.
ini nggak yang di
Welcome to Wild Rift.
Kasar besok dijual lagi.
Our performance begins.
Minions have spawned.
Di
What sweet sadness is killing? I have elaborate plans for you. Smile. Everyone is watching.
ya.
1, 2.
Oh, wait.
You inspire me. 2, 3, 4. I cannot be good
blood.
I feel inspired. 3. My audience awaits.
You have slain an enemy.
Oke, apa dia?
You will be poetry.
You have slain
Is
an
what I
enemy.
want to see.
Enemy missing.
1. I cannot be good. I must be perfection.
Ah? Apa? Ojek ya?
Enemy missing.
That delightful moment before the curtain goes up.
Ya.
Top turret is under attack. Slain.
Di depan pintu.
The work is what matters.
Hujan di depan. Pas banget, barusan, baru banget. Oke, itu. Masjid dulu paling.
Awaits.
Enemy missing.
Nggak terlalu gede sih. Carry. Dah, lupa ngambil ini gue guys.
You are on a killing spree. Shut down.
Lupa ngambil ulti.
Chase to your heart's content.
Ini nama tetangga aku. Iya itu ya, ada yang di RT lama.
What sweet sadness
RT
is killing.
RT. Kayak pernah ketemu sama si MT Haryono kemarin, dia main di top lane. Tadi gue juga ketemu sih dia hoki guys.
I cannot be good. I must be perfection. Art shall blossom from your finger. My audience awaits.
Main gua.
I feel inspired.
Tidak.
What sweet sadness is killing. They call me
sih
mad.
gak selera
All
banget ya.
artists
Enemy
are mad.
slain.
Art is worth the pain. Smile as if it were
Enak aja.
smiles.
Danger.
Watch my puppets dance.
Don't think so.
Prepare.
Killing spree.
Ih, ramai banget satu RT.
Shut down.
Artists
Done,
are
guys.
mad.
Enemy double kill. Ally slain.
enchanted ensemble and ocean dragon have spawned.
My
Enemy
audience
triple kill.
awaits.
Enemy killing spree. Attack this champion. The enemy team has slain the dragon.
Smile. Everyone is watching.
Shut
The
down.
work is what matters.
On my way.
That delightful moment before the curtain goes up.
Lagi pada malas keluar rumah kali ya yang ya. Orang ya. Iya.
Enemy slain.
They call me mad. All artists are mad.
Top turret is under attack.
Oh iya. Kalau
What sweet
terima online
sadness
gitu
is
masih kayak.
killing.
Your team has slain the enchanted ensemble.
Killing spree. Ally slain.
Kalau waktu yang dimsum kamu juga gitu ya.
The work is what matters.
Enemy slain. Ally slain.
Smile is a good one.
Attack
Yeah.
the turret. Shut down.
3.
First turret destroyed.
I cannot be good.
Bottom turret is under attack.
2. You inspire.
You are my space.
Turret
Yes.
lost.
My audience awaits. 4. Now that is what I want to see.
Enemy slain. Double kill.
My audience.
The enchanted ensemble has been summoned in the mid
Slain an
lane.
enemy.
I am inspired.
Enemy turret destroyed. Engage.
You inspire me.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Shall blossom.
Pulang dulu guys, disiplin guys. Disiplin kunci kekalahan, ayo pulang.
Now that is what I want to see. I cannot be good.
Jadi digigit anjing.
I must be
Ally slain.
perfection.
Eh.
Enemy slain. Ally slain.
Sweet sadness is
Apaan itu anjir?
the work is what matters. Watch my puppets dance.
You are on a killing spree.
Bagus.
What sweet sadness is killing.
Enemy slain.
Poetry.
Bebek lewat.
Rampage. Enemy slain.
Anjir.
Artists are mad.
Attack the Nexus.
3. My
Enemy
audience.
turret destroyed. On my way. Slain.
Watch my puppets dance.
Wah, anjir.
I cannot be good. I must be perfection.
Perfect.
Enemy slain. Your team has slain the dragon.
Perfect.
You are unstoppable. Enemy slain.
That delightful moment before the curtain goes up.
Oh,
Enemy
tadi
turret
punya
destroyed.
Jack.
The work is what matters.
Susah. Oh,
Smiles, everyone. Smiles.
bagi Katolik taat ya.
Art shall blossom from your fear.
Oh, kalau Katolik taat nggak akan tinggal ini ya. Gitu ya.
3, 4. What sweet sadness.
Enemy turret destroyed. Shut down. Killing spree. Double kill. Rampage. Killing spree. Killing spree. Triple kill. Unstoppable. Ace.
Mantap nih. Oke, sebentar lagi aku off stream ya.
Turret destroyed.
I cannot be good. I must be perfection.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Smiles, everyone. Smiles.
Shut down.
Tawa ini anjir, ketawa orang asma.
Ally
My
slain.
audience awaits.
Iya.
Enemy slain. Shut down. You have slain an enemy.
Art shall blossom from your
You have slain an enemy.
Iya.
Kill.
3.
You are on a killing spree. Middle turret is under attack.
What sweet sadness.
Terima kasih kacang hijaunya.
Watch my puppets dance.
Ini mah kalau tower yang udah nggak ada tetap ada kacang hijaunya.
The work is what
Tuh,
matters.
bertebaran di mana-mana. Ini satu sini. Satu sini. Ini banyak banget. Apalagi kalau kamu pakai run duit yang kalau ngambil buah dapat duit.
They call me mad. All
Udah kayak
artists are
petani ya,
mad.
anjir. Petik buah.
Art is worth the pain. Prepare for your finale.
Attack Baron.
The work is what matters. I am inspired. My audience.
Team has slain Baron Nashor. Turret lost.
Inspire me.
Dominating. Rampage. Double kill. Triple
Everyone
kill.
is watching.
You're dominating. Quadra kill. You're godlike.
Mantap guys, Quadra.
Be mad. All artists are mad.
Tuh. Kok
Victory.
replay buffernya nggak bisa? Uncle Genji dibantai ayam kate. Kat. Lah tadi bukannya menang, kok jadi kalah? Lah, lucu. Iya kan, kate kan udah pasti juara dunia orang kemarin. Bocor kan itunya.
That delightful moment.
Jadi pas lagi turnamen gitu ya, bocor kayak apa ya? Kayak skrip-skripnya gitu. Gak tau, biasa itu orang-orang ini, orang organizer itu kayak kocak anjir kalau gitu. Iya. Mana tadi yang kuadra ya? Sekarang tanggal berapa? 11/1/2025. Oke. Nah, ke record. Guys, aku pengen makan dulu. Ayo kita sambil nobar dulu guys. Sambil nunggu ya. Waduh. Wiz Khalifa. Saudara. Anjir. Anjir. Betulnya dong. Pura-pura aja ya. Mana sini?
System updated. We will dance together. The future of money is here.
Iya dong.
Feels good.
Nanti kan kamu.
I told you I was done with basic browsers.
Your setup wants Opera GX, and you're holding it back. Upgrade to the gaming browser. Download Opera GX.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The greatest players in the world are here.
Nasi ya, jadi beras lagi.
See them like you've never seen them before. Oh, it's the Arcane Storm doing so much work in Genji.
Biar gak pedas tadi sama dicuci.
Going to ace them.
Ada. Bentar ya sayang. Guys, bentar guys.
Genji, the EWC winners. Locking down the Drake is now Doran. Decent position. Double break down my walls, but I won't rise again. 'Cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes and stay silent since they try to take me down with their violence? Oh, they go back in. Pressure flashes in, and down goes Knight.
Every moment of your journey, crystal clear. Landscapes, absolutely stunning. Close-ups, sharp and full of vibe. Group shots, packed with detail. Zoom in on one face, still flawless. Colors so real, every scene, every smile, unforgettable. Oppo Find X9 series, Hasselblad telephoto, zoom into detail.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal.
You don't know that?
Red Bull gives you wings.
Anjir udah 5 kucing. Mau jadi 10. Anjir. Boleh juga tuh. Anjir. Anjir. Portman. Ayo nanti bayar ya. Dikasih ini aku tikus ular. Mafia yang kruk-kruk itu aja.
Thank you banget nasi padangnya buat lembur.
Karena dengan solusi B2B dari ekosistem Grab OVO, terus tingkatkan produktivitas, kontrol, dan
mau makan
efisiensi
nih kan?
perusahaan.
Gestor sekarang nggak mau. Aku makan ya. Kan dulu guys, Freddy menang siapa? Kate. Kate Violet. Kamu kalau turnamen Aero gitu nonton gak sih? Turnamen iya. Ya bukan yang edik banget lah ya. Real ini Genji nggak juara World lagi. KT yang menang KT udah guys. Udah ada di skrip, udah ada di skrip. Itu kalau beneran kayak gitu terus beneran menang sih, itu kayak dipecat aja pegawai. Oh iya itu, oleh itu. Iya. Oh udah berapa ya? Aku juga denger itu.
Lore's gone, right?
Yeah, Laura's gone.
Okay.
Laura's gone.
Oh iya.
You excited?
Well, yeah.
Lupa aku.
I'm done. I've been the guy on the LCK broadcast the whole year that said curses aren't real. Genji just straight up
Kasih
got
botak
outplayed in
ketutupan
game one by
barcode.
KT haven't lost a single game yet at Worlds.
8-0.
We have to acknowledge the fact that they just look insanely good. That clearly the team is working on all
Kasih sayang.
cylinders. That no amount of adversity, at least in that first game, was able to get them down. And that they're currently up 1-0 in semifinals.
Yeah, seriously, because it's not even like KT played a picture-perfect game, and you're like, well, can they repeat that? Because Peter, I think, looked nervous at times. He was pretty disjointed from the rest of the team. Some of those engages were not timed well. They got caught out.
Ini orang-orang kayak mereka gini
GNG did some really good
di Korea
things,
tuh
around vision, and
didukung
actually
semua
putting
sama
his soul into
keluarganya
that and getting both of the Barons. Like, there was a lot of good things
dari
happening
awal.
for GNG. There were some mistakes from KT. But KT were able to persevere, and that's the thing that I think I didn't expect coming into this series is I thought KT could win games, but I thought if they were going to win a game, it would have been like a clean snowball start to finish where GNG just doesn't seem to be able to get purchased. I didn't expect them to be able to overcome everything that went wrong in this game and still win.
And partly that's because of the way way KT plays, but also partly it's the way that Genji plays as we get into our Champion Select powered by Omen and HyperX. Because Genji, when they have a grasp on a game,
buat mewah gitu yang banyak gelar di tim lain ngampar lagi di World anjir. Ngampas lagi ya Genji di tim lain di divisi lain bagus ya.
Because Sion's already out, so it makes me think of the Keen Sante as an early pick potentially. You know, when I think Trundle getting banned, I think about, you know, okay,
Iwan yang juara terus aja di Valorantnya jelek. Kayaknya kamu lagi turnamen, kamu di blame di situ sama temen kamu aja. Lagi kayak gini di blame langsung.
And from a gameplay perspective, something we do want to highlight again, I want to hone in on a couple of specific champions. Rumble,
Iya.
Yone for BDD, and
Lagi break.
the Peter or we really need to highlight those. Because from a pure gameplay perspective, it was an expensive game for KT. There were also a couple of the champions that they also love, which are the Sion, the Talia, taken away from them. But for me, going in, I also need to see a Genji be able to do a mental reset. They talked about the weight of the expectations. They are the heavy favorite coming in here today. And losing a game like that, particularly in this long, drawn-out manner, where it feels like you are in control many a time, is tough. And I'm looking at Zinzao here, and yeah, there we go. I haven't finished my sentence. It has been one of the comfort picks for Canyon.
Korea ya.
We haven't really seen any jungler be consistently insane into it. Very well-rounded, and Canyon wasn't quite able to have the early impact in that one when it comes to impacting the lanes. Might have to see something different here.
Belajar dari aku.
S-tier AD junglers are now going to be gone.
Sibal Seke.
Wukong is banned. We have the Trundle banned, and we have the Xin picked away. So we think Kenzie, I was going to say, the more the kind of like assassins and stuff, like Kiana, or things that are a little bit less common. And we are, in fact, actually going to get a Kiana for Cuz, which... Gotta love the confidence, man.
I mean, it's also an LCK Kiana, and I saw Mao flinch a little bit when that was logged in, because as a region, they don't have the best track record with this pick.
Yeah, we really don't, and I think that is partially due to, obviously, LCK playstyle, but also just plain mastery. Even players that I have held in high regard in the past, Canyon used to be a really good Kiana.
That's so weird to me.
Has just not looked good on it whatsoever. The other reason why I flinch is just, to me, KT look best when Cuz gets the impact the early lanes. I think he fulfills a very similar role to junglers like Kanavi.
Aku waktu penyisian Apex kayak gini juga ya. Jadi 3-3 tapi kan. Cuma nggak disiarin. Jadi musuhnya ngumpul di situ semua. Buset. Apa?
It's incredible. The Rise locked in for BDD. Immediate answer of Ambessa Galio. Now, Chovy's Talia win rate was knocked down a peg in game.
Lu kayak ring MMA.
So often banned away from Genji because of how much of an impact their mid laner can have.
Also a lot of agency here for Keen, who I think tried his best in that last game, but on sign, I think you're always going to be a little bit hamstrung. Peter gets access to his Alistar. And that Alistar-Kiana combo does have a ton of CC available early on. But if you are looking at Genji, the amount of backline dive that they have this time around is much more comparable.
Tahun ini megang siapa, Bang?
Yeah, I mean, it's just very difficult playing Kiana in
megang kebenaran.
Right? because you're really reliant on the grass blade to be, have these kind of like pockets of invisibility, but you can just be taunted out of it. You can be hit by that AoE. Keen with more agency in this game, I think, is big, because to me, he was the best player from Genji in Game 1. I thought he actually played really well on the side, found so many key moments where he was actually getting picks and setting up plays for the team. And a lot of focus on these defensive supports getting banned away from KT. Obviously, they're going to be playing dive, so they're banning out the Braum. They're banning
Jagoan gue udah kalah duluan di awal, guys.
really
IG.
defensive supports for Duro.
Paling pegang Genji sih, guys.
Looking towards their AD carry. You can pick top because top is already locked on the other side, so you know the matchup you're in, but
mereka homo.
Counter pick last is often what we see when you are on the red side. Genji electing to go on the blue once again. It is the Req side, so we're going to have that AD carry locked in last for KT.
So I'm looking Ziggs and I'm looking Jin here possibly for Genji. Ziggs a pick that once upon a time Ruler would not have been seen on, being the traditional. But he has added hits to his repertoire, and I think that the combo with both Zinzao and Ambessa is really, really strong. So, need to see what they're going to commit towards. This is a lot more safety. Ruler is one of our best Ezreals.
Iwan kalah nanti, guys.
The Ezreal in what I imagine will be a Kaisa. I'm double checking, but that pick is still available as it's often picked into Ezreal for the ability. Get on top of it.
Kalian akan melihat Faker nangis lagi nanti.
Prioritizing the engage. The other option is, of course, just going something like Ezreal Karma and playing more for the 2v2.
Yo, Faker.
Then you are really kind of lacking as far as the primary engage goes. So it feels like the Genji style to just have Duro be that primary engage, to be able to have that point and click CC to start things up. And it is, in fact, going to get locked in. And Kaisa makes a lot of sense. I think if you're trying to stay safe from the dive, you can play Poke Varus as well and just kind of try to stay back further away. Try to stay safe in that way.
The issue becomes, though, you have an Ambessa, you have a Xin and then you have
Faker yang aku kenal namanya Fikar.
on top of that. If you do ever get caught as the Varus, you are in for a very sticky situation. Could go for something like the Zaya if you want to be able to avoid the public execution, but Varus does give you good poke. It allows the engage from the Kiana to be a little bit stronger. You've also got the chain of corruption for that extra CC layering.
Yeah, and one of the things I just really like about it is that it has the ability to follow up on your frontline diving fairly deep, right? If you have Kiana, flashing in for an ultimate sometimes you can hit that piercing arrow over the top, or you follow up, with the chains of corruption. You can have a very high amount of burst, because there is no real true tank over on the Genji side, so they can be quite susceptible to the damage that Dr. does. I'm definitely expecting it to be Poke Varus. And people just kind of have these different approaches to how they want to play out, against some of these dive comps. So it'll be interesting to see how Dr. can pilot it, because definitely have to stay safe, as you're saying. If you step too far forward, you're so easy to get picked off without flash.
And after last game, KT coming out of draft, I think every
Batuk. Di Komiks aja. Komiks dengan kandungan berkhasiat efektif membantu meredakan batuk dan menghangatkan tenggorokan.
Ini tutorial gak ngapa-ngapain bersama Vinoge Bastian. Pertama, pastikan kamu gak ngapa-ngapain.
Ini tuh gabut banget sih tutorialnya. Gini deh, daripada kita nggak ngapa-ngapain, mending kita main gacha di My BCA dan BCA Mobile. Klik di sini, terus pilih 5 bola gachamu. Buat terus menang koin, voucher, smartphone, smartwatch, sampai logam mulia.
Bener juga, saat gak ngapa-ngapain, terus main gacha biar terus menang kebiar hadiah BCA.
Esports.com and watch Worlds live to earn exclusive Worlds emotes, icons, and capsules. Join in, spam those emotes, It's Genji looking perhaps for a little bit of an invade. Now, Perfect will see them with that tremor sense. Canyon's going to step forward. BDD and Doc Dam are here. It's going to be a 4v3. Peter comes across to make it a 5v3, and Genji wisely back away.
Yeah, not wanting to run any big risks. Want to highlight something that has been more and more prevalent this tournament, which makes sense with the popularity of lane swaps, but it's actually double TP here for both bot laners. Now, we saw it on the Lethality Varus specifically, more and more throughout this tournament, and Ruler has decided to match that I do think as Ezreal, you get a lot easier away with it than you do as Varus.
And it's kind of something we've seen in previous metas as that evolution. When people start taking the TP, then slowly you start getting kind of sustained out of a lane where they're just poking you down, pushing you in, then TPing back and kind of lane locking you. So then people start to just do TP to match. And I agree. I mean, Ezreal is one of those champions that can definitely get away with it. That being said, hey, maybe you get punished later on for not having a cleanse or having a combat summoner. So it is definitely something that I think is really not even a debate. It's just stronger for lane. The question is, do you get punished later on?
Small optimization from Juro there, going for the W, that shield, Titan's Wrath, to actually be able to walk up into the Alistar level 1. You don't need the hook. You can just walk at him. What's he going to do? Knock you up into the air? You still come down where you're standing. So uses the shield, steps forward, gets a little bit more pressure in the lane. And because of that, I mean, because also they have an Alistar, Docdam and
BB aku turun. Anakku melorot semua anjir.
That was something that was already a big issue for them in the last game.
Kayak mana-mana pegang celana anjir.
If there is a lot of trading, has a great early game dive. Kiana a lot more conditional as the struggle for Chovy obviously in the early, like first back at least.
Oh, pick pinggang ada.
Second, but once you get enough
Ini yang celana-celana buat di rumah.
obviously is able to just
Yang talinya udah kendor.
I'm always just so interested in watching a lot of these Rek'Sai lanes because it has been such a champion that is really hit or miss at Worlds, right? Some people make it look so oppressive where they have you locked under the tower, they're taking down plates, they're slowly pressuring you and just utilizing that sustain to create these big advantages. And then other people are kind of just farming even and then looking useless, right? So we have to see Perfect perform well on this champ because to me, the early game really does set the tone for what kind of a game you're going to have on Req's side.
We get the knock up here onto Keen with that unburrow. Forces Keen a little bit lower, but Keen
Exit.
Spam through some of those shields, dash around the wave. Does lose at the early game, but with the second win, with the Doran shield, you're always just going to be able to keep yourself topped up.
And we see Kiana
Jadi musuh main.
top side of the map because he has Prio there. Not really able to contest for a bot side. As I say that though, looks like Canyon is looking to match. And that is going to be tough. He does feel confident, I imagine, in the 1v1, but yeah, there's going to be a little
bangnya berharap itu isi Sky lagi.
towards BDD though.
Gonna run towards that middle lane. BDD needs to get the hell out of here. Chovy's on the chase. BDD flashes and face plants in the wall. Genji claimed first blood.
Yeah, BDD I think got a false sense of security because Cuz was taking the topside scuttle. I think
BDD kebanyakan minum.
That means Canyon is on bot scuttle, so he's going to play so heavily towards that top side. He was not expecting the Zinzao to be there, and I think that really did bite him. Gets completely surprised, doesn't react with the flash.
Biasanya sih
Flash into the wall.
paling ya angkat tangan.
Kind of just the exact opposite of how last game started, where Chovy died.
Boleh, paus.
Flash. Yeah, that's now 2 for 2 on flashes that make me and Azil look
3 kali.
in pain. Because both of those didn't quite hit the mark. I thought actually a BDD's call was just I am dead and I'm going to hold on to my flash. Which in hindsight definitely feels like that would have been the play because now it's the flip side situation where not only in terms of BDD going down but also because now Chovy is the one in the matchup that is expected to struggle a little bit early.
Yeah, against a champion like Galio for Chovy, BDD is really going to struggle as he gets towards these first few items. 20 and 3 across the course of 2025. You can see he's just constantly dominating, even on these picks that are a little bit tanky, still putting out a ton of damage from that mid lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Perfect has to be a little bit careful here because he is down a bit on XP, and Keen can get 6, I think, on this wave. So Perfect is trying to make sure that he's thinning it out enough. You don't want to get caught on a bad trade, surprised by those level up timings. That is one of the opportunities that sometimes you have on a champion like Ambessa.
Ribetnya tuh harus lasit terus ya.
I can't actually contest this. He's going to get 6 first. I got it
bows away on the exact minion. Keen was going to hit that. So smart play there from Perfect. Just backs underneath this tower. Does mean Keen will get the first recall out of this top, but shouldn't be too much of a bother as Genji start up the dragon down towards this bottom side. TP coming out from Docdam as he looks to match the push that Ruler's had. But again, it's another summoner that's been burnt by KT that Genji haven't had to invest. Ruler was able to just walk across here. Cuz looking for the steal.
And it's kind of a flip situation. This time it's KT trying to get access to that dragon.
Duro on that front line. The hook onto Peter. Cuz gets the root down. Piercing arrow. Again onto Duro as he falls low. He has to flash away. Chovy separates the fight. Drake secured by Genji. Double flash of the root still onto Ruler. Docdam looking to
Dan kebanyakan orang Korea itu yang kayak player gini banyak yang nggak paham bahasa Inggris. Iya. Banyak banyak. Setiap kayak wawancara pasti selalu ada translatornya.
and the flash finds him still.
More recall.
Out on top.
Cuz is feeling himself, and rightly so. 3 kills early for the Kiana. Played that fight brilliantly, spacing out so many of the abilities from Chovy. Even using the Realm War perfectly there, as Peter was able to find a great angle for re-engage.
From Gen.G in that contest feels like it was very well punished by KT. In these type of fights, it will be Duro and Canyon running the play.
Siapa suruh kamu masuk ke sini?
Even with Chovy, a lot of damage goes down onto Peter, but he
Dia kan dikasih makan. Mau timun, mau timun.
Doesn't actually with that taunt setup for any meaningful damage. I thought he was just going to go for an ultimate here, but he holds onto it and the re-engage fails.
And look at the spacing here from Cuz, how he actually plays out these next moments as they go back in. You know, Chovy tries to find this re-engage, and then Cuz steps out, is able to just barely dodge this taunt here. As he dashes out, Chovy tried to hit both, and they both just kind of back off on either side. He wasn't able to hit anyone, so Ruler gets chased down on one side. Cuz is able to follow through and get the kill there to take down Chovy, gets his ult, gets his flash. BDD is looking pumped. And it's moments like these that you have to wonder, how nervous is Gen.G feeling? Because the pressure is going to be mounting. Something goes bad in game 2. You know, is that in the back of your mind? The expectations are so high for this team, and rightfully so, but a mistake early in game 2 when you're already down 1 is tough.
And on the other side, how hype
Tangan 4
feeling
nggak mau nutup pintu.
as we see Peter look for the engage onto Duro. We'll get the trample down. The hook's going to land as Cuz dives in. Supreme display of talent. The Nautilus falls first, but meanwhile the Crescent Guard from Cannon keeps him alive. Peter gets the knock up and a knock back. Ruler gets the shutdown though as 2 will fall. Gen.G right back in the game.
Yeah, that was not the fight to go there for KT. They try to full send it, but they're sending it onto Duro with Ruler just free firing on you, and Ruler gets both of those kills and a big shutdown off of Cuz. Plus, they're going to be able to get the grubs off the back of this as well. Ruler in prime position to be able to carry now. 1K up this early.
And it shows how quickly these games can swing. Like, we were literally in the middle of talking about how KT had a really good early game, and now the gold basically even, 2 neutral objectives to 0 in favor of Gen.G. They get all 3 grubs. They're 1 neutral away from that feat of objective slaying, and Cuz does have the Profane Hydra complete, does have an 800 gold lead, can start to steal away some of these camps with the help of Peter. This is where Kiana can really shine, just out-farming your enemy man. But they've been stymied, they've been suppressed a little bit. That early game hype, not quite as high as they look to see if Canyon oversteps. Keen here as well, the wards go down, and KT back away.
Possible trap, but still, a couple of jungle camps being found there for Cuz. He's going to be happy. A little bit of extra pressure there for Perfect. But that was definitely an unforced error for KT. They could have just backed out of that play towards top side. Really wanted to play, I think, on Cuz, having his ultimate available, but bit off a lot more than they could chew.
Oh, juga level nggak lama sih ya.
Highlighted the Zil, and I want to echo
Paling cuma sampai jam 4.
Gen.G generally is a team that in these early games,
dungeon.
they're doing something right or they're not doing anything right. They're looking for a cross map, they're trying to set up for an objective, they're trying to go for a macro play. Some of these early skirmishes, KT has just been straight up outplaying them, with the Profane Hydra now done, with Ruler having his Triforce. Those are the 2 strongest members on the Rift right now.
And Ruler on this Ezreal is not the one you wanted to have all the gold here, as he is going to be tough to take down, but is missing Combat Summoner. You're not going to be playing Cleanse Barrier or anything like that, so perhaps a little bit more vulnerable than he otherwise would be. But still very difficult to even just close the gap and get in on him. Plus you have all of this defensive power here from Chovy, who's going to be there to peel if you're oversending it onto Ruler.
Overall, KT, although they had a bit of a stumble, still in a good position in this game. Rune Prison, Chain of Corruption for the chase onto Chovy, who doesn't have his flash back up. Exhausted, the Justice Punch will get him to safety. The hail of arrows, not enough to bring down the Galio. BDD is still going to push in here as Chovy uses the swarm. This is the wave. With only 2 minions left alive, BDD will just have to settle for a plate. TP down towards the bottom side as Juro and Ruler set up around this Drake.
Still successful play though. Chovy gonna be bullied out here early. The prio is there for KT. They're again building a gold lead. This time though, Gen.G got the first Drake. They're looking to try and play for a second. Perfect, I think, gonna finish his Titanic Hydra on the base. Keen might be able to finish his first as well. Could be looking at some double TPs coming in here. Peter has taken a little bit of damage already, though.
Perfect is still proxying, so he must not have the gold just yet. He wants to kill one more wave, then probably look for the base. But I mean, Peter is chunked out. The base just now coming in from Perfect, so there's no way you can contest. Gen G gonna be able to grab this one, no problem. And they are the ones now with 2 early dragons here. It's gonna be an Ocean Soul up for grabs, which could be pretty good, honestly, with a lot of kind of the beefy boys over on the Gen G side, I feel like.
Yeah, Ocean Soul and Bessa, that does not sound like a good time once we get deeper into the game. Yeah.
It's all about how much you can disengage her, how much you can stop her getting onto that backline, because you do have tools. You've got Headbutt Pulverize, Chain of Corruption, you've got the Unburrow coming out from Rek'Sai. If Keen is diving in there, can you just CC him for long enough to take him out before the Ocean Soul really does its work? We're still a long way away from that, at least 10 minutes before Gen G can claim that as their prize. 2.5 minutes as well before the Herald is coming up, so let's just have a look at where our lanes are assigned. We've got the AD carries meeting in the mid lane, the supports meeting up towards this topside river. Juro looks for the hook, Cuz is on his way across, and Ruler won't arcane shift forward, which could have been a little bit tricky for him to extricate himself from.
Do want to highlight BDD, looking at the CS, actually a substantial amount of, now part of that is obviously due to the attention that has been paid, but part of it is also just Chovy thus far on his Galio, not really having the impact, got outplayed in the early fight. BDD with a much earlier power spike here, already sitting on 2 stacks on his Rod of Ages.
See the damage coming down from Keen, he's got that Eclipse complete and perfect. Has to use his passive just to heal himself up. Keen handily winning the trades in that solo top lane matchup now.
I just always feel like Mbessa is a completely different champion once you have the Eclipse. You know, it's especially for HP stackers, whether you're a tank or something like this Rek'Sai, the trades just become so horrible after Mbessa is post 6 with Eclipse. All of a sudden, you just can't really hurt her. It becomes very difficult to deal with. That being said, because you have Titanic, it doesn't really matter. You can kind of just fight the wave and just one-shot the wave over and over, keep her off the tower. But definitely Keen, back-to-back games in a good spot here. Again, really impressed me on this Ion. I just can't sing this guy's praises enough. He really has been so incredible. Can do anything that Gen G asks of him, regardless of the role, regardless if you're weak side, strong side. He is just fantastic.
Yeah, and so long did he try to get to this position in the LCK, try to manage to get through all of the ranks. He's gone from 10th to champion across the course of his career, and last year really the year that he came to the fore in the minds of many around the world. As we saw KT looking for something up towards that top side, weren't quite able to find it. There's a Herald up in a minute's time, so Peter and BDD are just going to team up to deny some vision. There's still a lot of wards for Gen G around the bottom side of that river.
In a sport where there's so many players that just never get on the team that actually gets it done, never get the support that they need, it's such a feel-good story of a player that just kept his form throughout all those years until there was a core around and it could actually support him. Obviously starting with that breakout year in 2023 KT.
And I mean, even beyond that, it's just hard to look good on a bad team, right? Like it's so hard to even have people pay attention to you because League is such a team game, and when other lanes are losing, the map can just fall apart very, very quickly. You know, especially on a pretty team-dependent role like top lane. So it is just so impressive to see how resilient he has been throughout his career, and I love to see players like that really getting their due, really getting their recognition after being able to kind of grind their way up from the literal bottom of the LCK.
Looking at the game state right now, we have 2 item spikes approaching for a couple of the members. Most notably, Ruler really wants to try and finish that second item, get the stack set up. In about a minute, we'll have the Drake fight set up. Minute and a half until the Drake actually spawns, and it will be a must fight for KT. They have a really, really strong ability, I think, to both rotate around that with the Realm Warp, as well as use the power of that Rek'Sai and Kiana to get on the backline. Genjido, not going to let them breathe, starts up the Herald.
Herald begun, TP coming in. KT looking to cut Duro and Ruler off from an easy path up towards the river. Canyon realizes it, backs away from the Herald, which will reset its patience in a moment. Chovy TPing in. The hook's going to land, though, as they look for Peter. Flashes in, headbutt pulverized. Display of talent as well, but only onto Chovy. The redemption comes out as Ruler. Arcane shifts forward. He wants part of this fight. Canyon with the Crescent Guard. Chain of Corruption will lock him up, and it missed times as they go in. Ruler able to pick up one. Another hook coming out from Duro. The depth charge on the back line into the taunt from Chovy. Gen G rule the rift as KT can find nothing.
Genji showcasing their incredible team fighting here. That was just immaculate. Early force on the ult from Peter. They back off. They avoid Cuz on the re-engage. And then Ruler finds space on the side of the fight to go aggressive. Duro finds another hook. And Genji were just dancing around that fight perfectly.
And what goes up must come down as the roller coaster, yet another hurdle on the journey. Peter gets engaged on early, tries to re-engage, get value out of his ultimate, but not gonna be enough. As the chase from Ruler in particular, the big point for me here, he is completely unmatched. Finds Peter, but then this hook, almost bending it around the wall. The follow-up from Chovy is great. And rightly so, Perfect Bisco, guys. I am not joining this fight. I am just going to make sure we get the turret, and I think that got them defeats as well. As KT, another setback. Now, that hasn't really been permanent when it comes to the setbacks. They've been extremely resilient, and we will see if they can replicate that in this Dragon fight.
Ruler now 2,500 gold ahead of his opposite man, already on his going towards his third item as Docdam only sits on one. Perfect looking for the flank. The Drake begun. Hex flash forward. Canyon dives onto Peter. Ripteld has been summoned towards the topsiders. They go in for the fight, and we see KT able to secure the Drake, but Peter now needs to retreat. Perfect looks towards the topside, trying to distract Canyon. Peter falling lower. Down comes the anchor and sends him into the depths. Genji find another. For KT, they got the Drake, and that's really all they wanted. Ripteld charges in. Perfect matches it. Should be able to kill it off. Duro with a good hook away, but BDD still on the chase. Death charge! Arcane shift! Mystic shot from Ruler, but into the supreme display of talent as KT Canyon forced away as they chase forward onto him. Perfect finds another. KT turn around the fight.
And it's straight up disrespect from Genji, looking for exit kills, and KT says thank you very much as Ruler tries to replicate the last play, but instead just arcane shifts to his doom.
More. He's potentially going to go in here onto Keen.
Look at the Keen, who does still have that flash. And in the end, KT will back away from the play. Cuz able to steal more of these camps away. The gold lead Ruler had cut by 800. He is still the most fed player in the game, but KT have shown if Genji overstep, they'll pounce.
It's just incredible. You know, you're going up against a team that I would say probably greater than 80% of people coming in thought were going to be the runaway favorites. We're supposed to win this event. You're falling behind. You're giving arguably the best AD carry of all time, a massive gold lead, almost an entire item ahead, and then you're saying, nah, I just win.
And they do, and this is a split call, I think, here from Genji, because Ruler going in that aggressive when there is no follow-up. Keen was pacing. They clearly weren't expecting KT to play this heavily towards holding on to that mid lane pressure, and that is a lot of gold being reinvested, and what goes down in KT Rollercoaster's case also must go back up again.
Exactly, just for the acceleration, and I've got to say, when you're an underdog, you can never play with fear. If a play fails, you have to just go right back at them. Play towards the strengths of your composition, and I think that's something that KT has done beautifully through these two games. They're not just saying, all right, it went bad, let's just try to scale, we'll sit back. They're going to pounce on every single opportunity that Genji give them.
And KT couldn't be bigger underdogs. You have to look at it. We talked about the predictions earlier on today, but
right on pace for my prediction. I don't know what you're talking about.
Already. Most of us are just wrong already. Or everyone predicting that 3-0 for Genji. A couple of 3-1s here or there. Azale, I'm sorry, I know you were memeing. I know you were joking.
Dead serious.
Dead serious. Okay.
My honest prediction, 3-0. I don't know. I just don't know why you guys didn't see it.
The hindsight is 2020. I've got to say.
It's the Peter angle, you know?
Into the future, apparently. As KT now with a slight gold lead. It's not over yet. They are still very even in this game. For Genji, you still have Ruler, one of the best AD carries, if not the best AD carry in the world, on a pick that is so hard to pick off. He is still on his way to that third item, but for KT, these small moments, these small fights really start to accelerate things in their favor.
It's still, though, night and day between how Genji looked against Hanwha Life and how they look against KT now, right? And that is just the intangibles, the fact that Chovy is in another semi-final, something that most players dream of ever achieving, but for him, it's just been a hurdle. And right now, 2 item spikes, hit for Keen as well. He has come through for Genji so many times as I think they're looking towards Otacon.
And you can't overstate it enough, right? When, for Chovy, really the only thing he hasn't done is won Worlds, right? He's won LCK a bunch of times. He's won MSI. He's dominated in every other conceivable way. You work your entire year long for these couple games that you're playing. And the amount of pressure that he must be putting on these games, on himself in these moments, is just immense, because it doesn't matter what he did the rest of the year. If you don't win at Worlds, for Chovy, that's a failure. That's the level of player he is.
He said it himself. It's not just about the win. It's about playing well alongside it. He puts so much pressure on himself to perform in moments like this, and to fall at not quite the final hurdle, but one short of it again would be such a disappointment for him as a player and for Gen.G as a lineup. 8 years since they last made it to the finals, 8 years since they last won the World Championship as Samsung Galaxy. There it was T1 they met. Here I feel we've talked a lot about how this year matches 2017 in many different ways. For Gen.G, they damn well hope it does, as Keen and Perfect meet down towards this bottom side. We have 20 seconds left on the Drake. Would be sole point for Gen.G, would be the second for KT. Ardakan available, but we've seen enough throws at that throughout this Worlds. And I don't think either of these teams are gonna immediately go for it unless they find the perfect window.
I mean, that's the thing. We keep seeing that, but teams still have the confidence to start it, right?
True.
They're gonna go right to it. And we've seen that time and time and time again. But Dragon spawning here in 5 seconds. KT with good positioning here once again in the area. You can see Chovy is moving down. BDD is going to TP early to be with the squad, but we'll see if they just are going to start it. It looks like they will.
Double to B. A couple of wards in the back of the pit from Gen.G as they look to gain vision around it. Perfect looking for that flank. No wards where he is. Juro going in with the hook. Drake down to 6,000. Perfect still peeking his head out as they dive in. Canyon looking for the steal here, but it's Cuz that gets it. BDD forced to flash away here as Angels and Chovy in the pit. Keen diving forward. Ruler caught out by Perfect. Canyon falling lower as Cuz finds two. KT winning the fight on the bottom side, but the top side is all in favor of Keen. Ruler almost going down. Chovy still on the chase. Dogdown trying to get away. Perfect and Peter trying to protect him. The flash away from Dogdown. The taunt short from Chovy. Chovy falls. Only the top laners left alive, and Perfect will burrow his way away.
What a team fight from Keen, though, and what a team fight from these two teams. It is an absolute bloodbath, but it's Cuz that walks away, importantly, with the Dragon here, grabbing another one for his team. Keen just solos out BDD, though, in the face of Perfect. He had an incredible fight here, really keeping it close.
And it's starting to feel like Gen.G, again, not quite the timing right there to deny X's for Cuz. And look at these health bars here multiple times. BDD on the edges of this fight. Perfect actually finding Ruler at the beginning. And as a result, Ruler can't quite dish out the damage. And then right here, Dogdom staying alive. Really buys the time for Perfect to then get back on top. There's no cooldowns, and you can see on the face of Cuz, he's feeling himself on this Kiana. Giant gold lead here for him, and he's been getting the better end of Canyon in this entire series.
Look at the damage from Dogdam. 7,000 in a single fight on that Varus. For KT, every fight like that is elation. You're the underdog. It is your rebellion. You're taking down the champions elect. For Gen.G, every fight like that excruciating. Every moment you're like, oh, we could have won it. We could have got the Drake. We would have been on Soul Point. And now Gen.G will call for a fight at Ardakan. KT will muster their men and we'll see another battle.
Yeah, Perfect's TPing already, but BDD is moving over. They are a little bit slow to join here, and Duro could just try to control this Tri-Brush. It looks like a difficult approach, and KT, they're going back for the red buff to try to buy time, but that's been spotted. They're too late now, it feels like.
Cuz might look for the steal. Baron coming onto the rift, but Gen.G already secure the Ardakan. KT backing away. Cuz still looking for that supreme display of talent, a game changer around terrain like this, but in the end, it will just be the red buff to KT, the Ardakan to Gen.G.
And that's a trade that Gen.G will more than happily take. Obviously gonna be very happy that they're able to, again, get this lead. When it comes to the pedals, Ardakan has been so very highly valued by teams. That's the only conclusion you can draw, because it feels like teams keep taking a very big risk to secure it. Mid lane turret still stands. KT might be looking for a punish.
Tower down to about a third. Dogdown coming in from the side as well. Does have that chain of corruption, but in the end, Gen.G will back away without pushing the tempo any further. Gold basically even to Drake's the piece. The Ardakan really the only difference between the two. The chain of corruption into the hail of arrows. Ruler needs the protection of Chovy to keep him alive, and he'll find it. KT though now having chunked out the enemy AD carry can push for the tower.
Really
Jadi dia udah KT udah menang guys.
Around that corner gets Ruler so incredibly low. They're threatening.
Genji have to back away. The risk of getting knocked up there. The follow-up from Peter would have been enough. Supreme display of talent obviously down from Cuz. But KT will take the tier 1 in mid. We'll see what Genji do around these resets. Sometimes when a team finds a pick like that, at least on a tower, you see them backing away and then they lose their tower in response. But KT are keeping Dokdam around to defend.
And Dokdam sitting here with that Serpent's Fang, actually able to negate a lot of the shielding to come through for so many members on Genji, for Duro, for Keen, for Chovy. We saw the damage he was able to output there as Genji gonna start off this Baron. I think trying to catch KT off guard. KT does know this is happening.
BDD's in the bot side, does have the teleport and will use it immediately to come up here. It was on a reset, instead TP's in. Genji with that Baron down to 6k. The hook's gonna land onto Peter. He pops the Unbreakable Will to try and walk away. Cannon goes in with the Crescent Guard, but they can't find the damage onto the cow. Perfect, chipping away at them from the bottom side. Chovy's still looking for the chase. In the end, it's an Alistar ultimate, and KT disengage.
Yeah, that got pretty dicey for Genji. Peter, again, this was an issue in that first game. Going a little bit too far ahead of the rest of the team. Loses his ulti, and he is not going to be punished for it, but we'll see if they can find anything.
And we'll see if Genji's happy with that, because that was, to me, felt like they wanted to get cooldowns to play for Dragon, right? Because the moment that the teleports came through, they immediately backed off. Chovy still was his, so he can now be a sideline pressure point. Same for Keen. And this is going to be soul point for whichever team picks it up. Both Dokdam and Ruler have access to their flashes. BDD just now finishes his Void Staff, third item for Cuz as well.
The problem for Genji is they don't really have vision around this area at all. They've got a single control ward, now a couple in that mid lane bush. Peter caught out with a hook once again as he has to flash away. Has the honey fruit to pop himself up as Ruler lands the damage across the wall. He couldn't see him! It was blind and Ruler finds his man. KT now a man down, can't defend. The Drake secured soul point for Genji.
Yeah, the problem is they're just going to go to Baron, I think, here, and they're just going to force your hand. Peter getting caught back-to-back fights. This time he doesn't have the ulti. And BDD and Perfect were pretty late to the fight, so Genji just walked through mid. They get the Dragon, they go to soul point, they take tier 1, and now they're going to put pressure here onto the Baron. And Peter's not up for 10.
Cuz is going to look for the steal. Ruler wisely standing on this side of the wall, now dashes in with that arcane shift. Perfect. Clears out a bit of vision. Cuz hasn't been seen here. Genji, the Baron down to 6.5k. Canyon and Ruler still on it. Cuz still looking for the steal. Perfect and BDD down towards the bottom side, distracting the rest of Genji. Cuz can jump in. The Winds of War from Chovy. Duro knocked up. Redemption out. Canyon almost falling as Cuz dives into the pit. There's no jungler there.
Oh, gila.
Manages to land the smite.
Gila, Cus berani banget, guys.
Public execution from Keen, not quite connecting, and KT turn and burn. Peter's here for a little bit more. The hero's entrance won't be quick enough to save his support. Perfect diving onto that backline. Chovy falling lower. Keen forced away towards the top side. Chovy with a stopwatch. Dokdam can't land. The piercing arrow through that. Flash away. The Realm Warp gets KT out, but Genji secure the Baron.
And Genji, they walk away with the objective, but that felt anything or nothing like the Genji we're used to. KT, a little bit of an overstep there towards the end, again looking for that blade to equalize it. As the Rebel Baron power play will be in favor of Genji, but that was close.
I mean, let's be honest, it came down to a complete burger flip. Canyon got chunked down very low here. It was Dokdam again, beautiful all over the wall, gets him low, and then Cuz is on the Baron, but Canyon flashes back in, able to finish it off. That was so close. If KT walking away with that Baron, it is devastating for Genji. And then again, this re-engage this time from Peter was beautiful. Chovy comes through with the ulti, but Dokdam and BDD the whole time are just free-firing, getting so much work done in these fights.
And Dokdam just unchecked in any of these fights, as you can see, the KT coaches still not used, despite everything on being on the roller coaster. It never gets old. Ruler doing an incredible amount of damage in that fight, and now Genji, we've seen him in his position. Last time it was Canyon going in too deep. They get a redo this time around.
BDD's pushing in a side lane. KT have already given up the ghost on this inhibitor and, well, at least the tower. Genji can push for more. Chovy's pushing in mid for that tier 2. The inhibitor will go down on the bottom side as KT
nggak
look
mati,
to defend
guys.
their mid tower. BDD does have the TP.
Oke
Chovy's
banget,
a little
anjir.
bit isolated here. Ruler arcane shifts across to make sure his Galio can walk to safety. Genji now with this Baron power play, 4k out of it.
Yeah, creating a pretty large advantage, but they are not out of it just yet. GA completed, Zonia's completed, second GA now coming through. Canyon and Keen both have theirs done, but we can't count KT out. They have shown us in this series their resilience, how much they are just fighting and scrapping for everything. Gen.G absolutely in control, but really it's eyes on this next dragon. 145, if KT can get that dragon, the game will absolutely continue, but you have to think with the lead that Gen.G already have, if they claim Soul, it's pretty much theirs.
Look at how close that is to game one, man. Like, this is exactly the same time it started going up for Gen.G. And that fall at the end of the climb of the coaster for KT is exactly what they wanted. True Shot Barrage takes half of Docdam's HP, almost a K off his total.
Yeah, that's an unhappy duck. That was not great. We'll see if Gen.G can turn it into anything more, though. Giant Wave Crash here will get them at least a good amount of damage, but it does look like KT have been able to hold off on most of this. Obviously, the big issue is that upcoming possibility for a Soul mid lane turret also will fall, as the rest of KT just looking to base and setting up for this upcoming fight.
And you always have to get concerned when it's going to come down to one of these objective fights about the vision, right? You look at Gen.G, how they're playing in this space, taking that over, sweeping out wards. Yeah, the Baron's gone, but you know that KT had been locked up in their base for so long that they haven't been able to get out on the map and reclaim vision. And Peter has been getting picked a number of times, and it could be a repeat.
Flash hook, immediately they look for Cars, they'll take out the jungler. Rule Up finds the kill, and now Peter tries to flash away, tries to get to safety. KT will shepherd him back into the base, but Gen.G don't even need to turn towards that Drake yet. They can push for the tier 2 on the top side, they can push for the inhib tower on mid.
And Gen.G not wanting to repeat their mistakes of game number 1 when Canyon went in way too deep this time, waiting for them to approach. That should just be the Soul, right? That should just be the Ocean Soul going over to Gen.G, making the side laning Mbessa even more impressive than it already is.
I mean, it's the exact same spot that Keen set up that pick last game, like you're saying, you know, but then it was Canyon going too far. It was the fight getting turned around. This time, they basically get a redo, and they do it perfectly. Dogdom jumped very low, and now you have to think, I mean, Lethality Varus against Ocean Soul, it is so hard to really have much value. You are now looking really for 100 to 0 type plays, right? You have got to find that perfect engage, burst someone down before they have a chance to get value from that Ocean Soul, or you just don't have much of a chance.
And you already highlighted as though I'm looking at 1 GA, 2 GA, Stopwatch, Mercurial Scimitar, and then I guess Nautilus, you know, that could work.
Yeah, you could kill
Redemption
him.
Locket. Redemption Locket's pretty hard to get through.
He doesn't even have flash right now.
I mean, look, he's a guy from the ocean with an Ocean Soul. I think that gives him like double power out of it or
Set
something,
bonus.
you know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
It's going to be really difficult for KT to find a way back into this game, but we said that in game 1.
And I will say, if you can hang on for these next 5 minutes here, you know, we're assuming that Gen.G should have prior over the Baron. Elder is the great equalizer.
Elder flip.
Exactly, and sometimes in a game like this, your best chance can just be, hey, just delay, wave clear, try to hang on. That's not easy to do, but if you can, and you can flip an Elder, win that out, well, all of a sudden, Ocean Soul doesn't really mean nearly as much, but Gen.G, again, just masterful in how they are controlling vision. They're just moving in, clearing out all these wards. They're making the approach so difficult for KT.
And that's kind of a flex from Docdom, right? Like being up.
Peter's going. Immediately they dive into Chovy. They have the Chain of Corruption coming out as well. It's going to land the Taunt, the Crescent Guard out as well from Canyon. Chovy falling lower. Perfect's on the flank. Lands a double knockup. Chovy needs to get out, and he will. A public execution. Slays the cow. Roast beef for Keen as he finds two. Docdam will follow. Canyon dives back in. Flashes away. Still has the Angel to bring him back to life. And now Keen can advance, and Cuz can do nothing but flash and a try to get himself out. Keen will chase for days, though. Cuz forced down towards this blue side jungle. KT lose the fight. Gen.G, do you stick or do you twist? It looks like Baron is their target.
Yeah, Cuz still going to stay around, but it's going to be incredibly difficult for him to get in the area. He's hoping he can find a miracle to get in that pit. I mean, he has the sweeper. He knows he's not spotted, but he is now.
Ruler jumps immediately onto him. He knows his job here. They don't need the damage on the Baron, just force Cuz away. Can't quite hit the Mystic shot. Perfect hit, the TP in from BDD, another TP to follow it. As KT think perhaps we can take the fight after the big purple worm. Peter's here to join the fray, but Baron already for Gen.G. KT now back away. The Realm Warp used, True Shot Barrage on Cuz. Almost takes him out. And now Gen.G with the Baron can push in another TP from KT. They try to find reinforcements to push this wave away.
And Gen.G, at first it looked dire. I like that from Peter. You have to go for these flippy plays, right? You're looking to lose the game. You need to go for the Hail Mary. And 99 times out of 100, that Cow does not jump over the wall, but the teleporting Cow this time finds his mark. But there are all these luxury items, right? The fact that Chovy stays alive for so long, and the fact that Canyon just gets to play with reckless abandon.
And I mean, look at how Keen is playing, right? You know, yes, the public execution does not hit onto Doctown, but it doesn't matter. He hits Peter and he just taxis him over there. Doctown flashes out, but Keen is fair to follow, instantly knocks him down as well. Keen is just untouched. I mean, it's not like you can start a fight out going for the Ambessa. You have to deal with some of these other members, but that just gives Keen all the freedom in the world to just crush through these fights. He's going to have a beeline straight towards Doctown. And Doctown, it's never a 1v1 you can win in a million years.
10-0 on the pick. This Ambessa has been Keen's talisman throughout the year. Looking to make it 11-0 here in the semi-final to put Gen.G on the board in this series. They've had control of game 1. Here they have more control over game 2 with the Ocean Salt. Still 2 minutes before the Elder and a minute and a half before this Baron expires. The bot lane inhib has respawned for KT.
Last time it was a hero play from BDD. The Q-free follow-up by the rest of his team that got KT out of what felt like at that point a position that generally Gen.G wouldn't lose from, as they are unrelenting, pushing on.
Ooh, Chain of Corruption comes out. Ruler with the Mercurial is going to cleanse away that slow. It was here that BDD managed to do it, but he doesn't have the same impetus to engage, doesn't have the same tools in his arsenal to get there. Inhib on the top side, taken by Gen.G. Now KT will put all 5 players to defending this mid lane wave that Chovy is going to begin to bring in. Gen.G though can still use the top side, knock up onto Keen, he dashes away. The route onto Jura with the Rune Prison, perfect, falling lower. Forced away by Ruler. Will be able to heal up in that passive. True Shot Rush dodged by Cuz, but not by Peter. A public execution onto the backline, the knockback onto Keen immediately. The redemption coming out as well. Crescent Guard BDD trying to get onto Jura, will find it. The taunt onto Cuz, Keen dashing in, knocked back under the tower, but Ruler untouched. Canyon untouched. Chovy untouched. And Gen.G marching down mid for the win.
And you know Ruler is calling for that. Pentine comes right now. Already picked up his double. KT though, they're gonna try and hold on. TP's gonna come in. Baron buff still for another 10 seconds.
Reset coming out from Chovy. He's finished a neat death cap. The Rabadons for that extra bit of damage. The Nexus Tower is falling. Ruler and Chovy take the first. Keen trying to get this wave in for the second. Perfect. Dogdam and Peter needs to try and defend, but Peter's already back in the base, just healing up on that fountain. The Nexus Tower falling lower. Ruler with a True Shot Barrage can still arcane shift away from the oncoming Req side. The Nexus Tower will be taken. Keen behind them. KT trying to defend, but they just don't have the wallets. Gen.G will answer the fight and go 1-1 in the series.
Gen.G battling back here. KT kept the pressure on, but Gen.G are just too damn good. What a performance from Ruler in this one. Critical in their win. Start to finish felt like he was ahead. The team is creating space. Ruler and Keen, to me, were the real keys of this game.
They really were. Bask, what'd you think of that one?
I think we definitely agree. We agree. Ruler and Keen. Yeah.
Everyone's setting up Ruler for success. That man played the sickest and also, I think, most leisurely Ezreal game of his life.
Yeah.
Some fights were clutch, but some fights, no one could get to him. He just got to sit there shooting pot shots out, and every single one felt like it was landing.
I do feel like Gen.G are so good at executing these kind of compositions where you're like, okay, we're around 1 damage dealer. This time it's Ruler. Occasionally it's
But
been
Ambessa.
Ambessa is definitely a damage
Ambessa
dealer.
also does a lot of damage, yeah.
He does. Hey, it didn't start off great for Gen.G. It actually started off phenomenal for KT. Okay, paint me a picture if you're a Kiana and you get into this game and you get like 3 kills.
You feel
early,
amazing.
How do you feel and what happened?
That's why this series has been so fun to watch, because it has been close, because it has been a roller coaster. And this roller coaster started out with LCK Kiana actually getting 3 kills. And LCK Kiana does not usually win games. Well, didn't end up winning this one either, but he did get us hyped, though, with the chase downriver. And look at how they split the fight. So the Realm Warp that BDD puts down, look at Doctum. He fakes like he's going into it, then he cancels it, walks back to BDD, and so everyone turns. Peter then did take it, came back, heads butts, to be able to get the other extra kill here, and it's just the spacing that KT had in this fight around the Galio, around the engages from Gen G was really nicely played.
I feel like of all junglers, Cuz has a little LPL jungler style in him, you know? Like, he interacts with his lanes really well, like bringing out the Kianas in line with some of the other picks we've seen from him, the Viego, the Nocturne, you know? So I also just loved how they did play with space, like you pointed out, with Peter kind of baiting Genji into pressing forward.
But it wasn't gonna last, Kobe. Unfortunately for KT.
That's why it's a roller coaster.
Whoa! What happens next?
Next one we have is a really good Gen G fight where they actually space out Peter himself, the Alistar. They work around these Alistar cooldowns. So let's take a look here because the engage at the very beginning is one of the critical parts. Let's roll through this. You see them going on to the Alistar here, immediately backing up after he ults. Then they kind of draw out that plus the Kiana CC, so they know all the major CC from KT has been used. And look at how methodically Gen G moved this fight forward. Ruler ends up flashing forward after the Alistar ultimate fell off. Then Duro hits an amazing hook here into the Chovy combo that sets up for Canyon to wrap around through the Rift Herald pit and come through and set up these 3 kills for Ruler. You were talking about Ruler, the caliber of this player. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame basically already. And if you give him a bunch of money on Ezreal.
I'm with you. We've got to debate what skin and what year right at this point. But 100% the big thing for me there is look at Cuz in that fight. He has no space to play. In that long drawn out initial fight before everyone's level 6, he had room on this Kiana, but against the Galio, the Nautilus, it's so impossible. He's in melee range of Ruler, and he is helpless in that fight, which just shows how confident Gen G are in the comp that they put together.
Yeah, and Cousin BDD thinking, oh, he's done this to us before at Worlds in China. But yeah, Ruler goes absolutely huge, and he's, you know, of all the I don't want to say 2-pronged attack from Gen G, it's like 5-pronged at this point, but he's such an important tip of the spear.
1,300
wow.
damage per minute.
Yeah, Ezreal's usually get around 1K sometimes. This is insane. And also I want to point out the damage percentage. Actually, both ADs, I think, were at about 40% across this entire game.
And if we look at this, what I was looking at for 2017 versus 2025, KT's looking to rewrite history.
Yeah, and I mean, we pointed out how it's Gen G now who are kind of in that Longzhu spot, despite the fact that it was Longzhu coming out 6-0 in groups. But then lost to Samsung and Ruler in that quarterfinals. Now, Cousin BDD looking for their revenge. They'll have to go back to the drawing board in the next game.
And it's not the worst place to be in. It's a 1-1 because you did win that first game. I do think they still showed a lot of fight in the second one, and I feel like because of game 1, perhaps Gen G is conditioned and KT is conditioned that they can turn around even deficits in this game, because they even did it in this game, Dracos, when they were behind.
Well, and I do like that they're confident to force those plays. Perfect had that final play where they made it work. They were too far behind in gold, but I like that despite some flubs, they start off really strong, that initial Alistar play. It gets pretty bad for Peter in a lot of these fights, but ultimately he still has the confidence to pull the trigger, and I think that is crucial for a team that has been going toe-to-toe with Gen G, reminding of us of that upper bracket upset. They need to keep that momentum going forward.
And I have to say, coming into this series, myself and a lot of people were looking at the top lane matchup as maybe the most lopsided matchup. And with Keen having a good game here on a carry champion, I still think that this is probably one of the most dangerous things for KT is going to be the top lane individual matchup. Keen is just so good. He can fit into any team comp that you want to execute on, and he definitely can carry.
Yeah, I think some people might just look at the lane and then being like, yeah, but he didn't get like that far ahead or a million miles ahead in either games, but he's just really good at converting what he has into what the team needs, into the team fights.
Yeah, and in these team fights, you could tell he had such great backline access. The public executions were really, really good coming out of him. And then by contrast, it was so difficult for KT to get on.
Udah guys, nanti lagi nontonnya. Main. Wah. Aduh. Ada yang mau TB guys.
Noxus will rise.
Enemy slain. Enemy killing spree. Shut down. Enemy double kill. Ally slain. Bottom turret is under attack.
Morgana gua aneh banget mainnya guys, sumpah. Main sendirian mulu.
Ally slain.
Be still.
Turret lost. Turret lost.
Circled by your sins.
Strength above all.
Gila, bener-bener nggak bisa gerak guys.
Enemy double kill. Perfect. Shut down.
Double time. Feeling brave.
Bener-bener musik ISS gua. Gak bisa gerak sama sekali guys, kok ISS.
Inhibitor turret is under attack. Turret lost.
Double time.
Nexus is under attack. Enemy slain. Double kill.
With overwhelming force.
Enemy slain. Triple kill. Rampage.
My destination is clear. I do not tolerate cowardice.
Enemy turret destroyed. Slain. Enemy turret destroyed. Enemy double kill. Your team has slain
Hah?
Baron
Gak mati serius itu Akali. Buset, keras banget badannya guys. Gila.
triple kill.
Gue pikir mati. Gak perlu gue ulti.
Feel that reverb.
never retreat. Stay alert.
Keras banget MF cowok, nggak bisa gue ulti anjir. Gue mau nggak mau ini
Enemy turret destroyed.
kalau mau ada damage.
My destination is clear. With overwhelming force.
You have slain an enemy.
Ya Allah, dikurung sama Jarvan gue sendiri anjir.
Shut down.
Be still. All rats are ruled by your
God damn.
Turret lost. Enemy killing spree.
Strength above all.
Inhibitor turret is under attack. Turret lost.
Stay alert.
Enemy team has slain the Elder Dragon. Nexus is under attack.
Ya guys, kalah guys. Serius. Udah gue dan lu guys. Subscribe nyala. Donate join member.